No luck, just strategy and stress. Welcome to the battlefield. This is KormegaChess.
Woo! Welcome back, guys. It's your boy Kormega, and I have another scalp, another heavyweight shark scalp to share with you today. This was another bullet game that went crazy this morning. So I played this while I was on the train on my way to work, right? And I thought it was a great game, and I wanted to share this with you. I played a gentleman called, or a person rather, because I don't know their gender. Played a person called Tura 2017, who has a rating of 2653. And we played a 1 minute bullet game. And if I recall, I think it was a Caro-Kann defense. It was a Caro-Kann opening, Advance Caro-Kann that I always play. It was a pretty little game, and I had two brilliancies. I played two brilliancies in this game, one after the other, and I thought that was awesome. In a bullet setting, you know, the accuracy, I had an accuracy of 92%. There was no blunders, no misses, no inaccuracies, and an average centi-pawn loss of like 14. I thought that was amazing. It's rare. And obviously, there's always the element of luck. Sometimes you fall into a groove, you're familiar with the position, and things fall for you in pleasant places. But let's not waste time. Without further ado, let me just, let me share this game with you. So it started off with e4. I start off with e4 all the time. That's my go-to. That's my bread and butter. He responds with c6. c6 and e6 are two moves that disgust me, but that's a conversation for another video. Anyways, we continue with d4, d5, and then I play e5, the advanced variation of the Caro-Kann. I always play this. Sometimes I'll play the Panov Botvinnik system, where I, put a pawn on c4 or whatever. But for this game, I went with the old, boring, reliable advanced variation. So he plays c5. I support my pawn chain with c3. I love a lovely pawn chain. That's the backbone. It's the foundation. It's the structure of every solid game. It's a good pawn chain, a good structure in the center of the board. He takes, I take, and then he plays knight c6. I play my novelty bishop e3, which the engine doesn't really like. You can see it says, it's a good move. It would rather I play something more orthodox like knight c3, which it says is the best move. But anyways, I digress. Bishop f5, immediately bearing down this diagonal. And I challenge it immediately by playing bishop d3. We exchange. He opens up for his other pieces to develop. And I develop my knights. Knight f5, 0-0. Bishop b4. I play a3. He takes. I've got my lovely pawn chain in the center there. With that pawn chain in place, I can do no wrong. 0-0. He castles kingside. Then I play g3. The intention is to, start pawning my pawns. I've developed, my rooks are connected. I've got solid pawn structure in the middle. My bishop is, behind that pawn chain. I just feel like now I can do whatever I like. He brings his knight to a5. I play h4. A bit reckless, but it's bullet, and anything can happen in bullet. He brings his rook to c8, bearing down on this file. I bring my rook to my f rook to b1. The engine doesn't like this move, but I'm just saying if that knight goes away, I'm taking that pawn on b7. So he defends it with b6. Then I bring my knight to f4. He moves his knight back, and then I spot an opportunity. So he's moved his knight back to e7. I've got my queen bearing down on h7. I've got a bishop that's ready to let loose. I've got a knight bearing down towards that direction. I just feel like it's time to do something. So I play knight h5. The attack is on the g7 pawn, and I have very, very bad intentions towards my opponent. He sort of ignores that and plays knight c4, saying, well, he's lower rated. What's he going to do with that? So my next move, bishop h6. And the engine says that's a brilliant move. I was so chuffed that this worked out. So the plan is that if he should take this bishop, then this square f6 will be available for my knight to sit in. And when he does that, it's a check towards his king, and then my queen can come in swiftly for a mate. But he doesn't bite. He plays knight f5, attacking the bishop and defending that square. I ignore the attack on my bishop and take the pawn on g7 still. Another brilliant move. What does he do at this point? He concedes that at this point, it looks like he's going to have to bite the bullet and deal with whatever the consequences are. So he takes the bishop on g7. I move into I move in with knight f6 rather, attacking his king with a check, and also attacking h7, preparing for a mate. He takes the knight with his queen. That's the only solution. I take back with my pawn, attacking his knight. He moves back to f5. And then we do a little dance, He takes my rook. You know, we're doing this dance. These are the final death throes of, you know, someone who, you know, really has nothing to play. He takes the pawn, attacking my king. He moves to f3. And this wonderful fork here, attacking both rooks. He checks one last check. I move back to g2 and he resigns. Beautiful game, beautiful game. I was very proud of this game specifically because of the manner in which I won. This wasn't a time flag. This wasn't a lucky, you know, a lucky miss or an error by my opponent. Well, there is a certain level of error, but it was a deliberate and purposeful action that I took that led to this victory. And, you know, I just thought I'd share it with you. I think what culminated in the opportunity for me to play that brilliancy was the fact that I obeyed the rules of chess. And I keep telling people, if you just obey the rules, keep to the principles, stick to the principles, eventually the opportunities will come to you. My opponent underestimated me and played knight c4 when he should have been paying attention to his kingside, and allowed me to, you know, to get creative with the moves. Anyways, tell me what your thoughts are. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next time. Keep playing chess.
Kormega on the board, mind sharp like a sword. Every move divine, that's a checkmate chord. No bluff, no luck, just strategy and stress. Welcome to the battlefield, this is KormegaChess.